Hey, yo, campers, how you doing? My name is Sharon, La Sharon. Some of you know me as La Sharon. Just wanted to stop by, do a little bit of lunch with you today. It's been a pretty decent month. A lot of people are like, man, this year has been crazy, but it's actually been a pretty decent month. And I'm excited about things that we have coming up. I wanted to just come, I always want to come and ask questions, think on purpose, be deliberate and intentional in your thought life, hold your form. Don't lose in 5 seconds what you've worked 5 years to gain, or lose in 10 minutes what you've worked 10 years to gain. It's possible to do it. A lot of people forfeit things because just we don't recognize emotional intelligence, or we tell ourselves, I can't help it, I couldn't help it. Sometimes you can help it. But I'm not going to digress on all of that. What I want to talk about today is, listen, it's T minus 70 days left in this year. T minus 70 days left in this year. A lot of time, a lot of changes have happened this year. And so things that you had planned on doing, you're like, man, I couldn't really do it. And for a lot of people, that means that this year is a wash. And I'm like, what? This year isn't a wash. We still have less than seven. We still have days left. We have over 60 days. What about maybe like 68 or something like that? I'm not exactly sure how many days are left in the year. I know it's less than 70. And that's a lot of time. That's a lot of time. There's a book that's called The 12-Week Year. And when you read that book, it shows how, like, in the last quarter, people's productivity in the last quarter of the year is often more than their productivity the entire year, because they're like, I have to get so much done by this time. And so I wanted to ask you some questions like, what would happen if you really just gave it 150 for the rest of this year? And I don't mean 150 in your business. If you don't want to own a business, you could give it 150 relationally and to your relationship. Like, what would happen if you really gave what you want 150%? If you wasn't afraid that you may fail, if you wasn't afraid of, I don't know, maybe that somebody will laugh at you. People who laugh at you are going to laugh at you anyway. Laugh with them and keep it moving. Just keep it pushing. What would happen if you just said no to fear and replaced that with initiative and courage and the willingness to just move forward, passionate toward the life you were meant to live? Earlier this week, I asked the question, and it's like, what was he thinking? Like, what was the Lord thinking when he was crafting you and making you? What if you just was like, okay, I'm just going to go with what he's thinking. I'm going to, forsake my thoughts and my ways, and I'm going to go with what he was thinking when he crafted me, and I'm going to put my hand to the plow. I'm going to believe that he gives me the power to get well, things like that. Again, that's all I'm going to say about that. I do want to share that if that's something you're interested in doing, you have plenty of time left to do it. How do I say this? You have plenty of time left to do it. You do. As long as you're breathing, as long as you wake up and you're breathing, you have an opportunity to do something that you want to do, or to continue to do what you've been doing, especially if it's serving you. Now, if it's not serving you and your family, if it's not making you feel better about life, then change. You're not a tree. You can move, change, make some changes, make some adjustments. Change is one of the things that's constant in life. So just move forward with that. And my reason again for sharing that is because you have enough days to create a difference. And I also wanted to just say thank you. Often you hear me say, no, let me just keep it real. Let me slow it down and keep it real. Thanks. Thanks for the support. Thanks for this year. Thanks for those of you who took the time and really went and supported my opportunity as far as being a part of the Comeback Champion Summit. I'm very excited about that. Thank you to those of you who really worked with me and supported the things I was able to do in Washington, D.C., able to do in Colorado, up in Denver. Thank you. I want to say thank you for the support. And again, don't wash off this year. There's a lot of time left in the year. And Saturday is the day that you like woo-sign. Somebody's doing laundry, somebody's cleaning up, somebody's just chilling because they worked hard all weekend. They're glad it's a weekend. Somebody else is running around like, I got to go from the football game to practice, because this is also a day that you have to move around with your children. So I just wanted to say thank you. And I wanted to say, even if you just took the days from now until the end of the year and applied yourself 150, like gave yourself fully to your endeavors, you would be amazed and surprised at the results that you would have. And so instead of saying this is a wash, be like, no, like we talked about last week, today is my January 1. You know, Comeback Champion Creed. Today is my January 1st. Today. Why not start today? Today is a day of a new beginning. Instead of me making excuses, today is the day that I push forward. Today is the day that I mark complete on some things. Today is the day that I say, you know what, I've been thinking about doing this forever, and I'm going to stop putting it off or saying, when this is that, then I'll do this. Do it now. Don't do the put off practice. So many people do the put off practice. You know, don't put it off. If you say you want your own business, start it. You know, settle on a name. If you have a name, get an EIN number. If you have an EIN number, get a logo. If you have a logo, maybe incorporate if that's what you want to do. How are you going to work the business? Do it today. Like, stop putting it off. If you say you want to write a book, boom, write the outline right now. Write the outline right now. And just begin to write. Don't worry about the editing. Don't worry about different things like that. Just begin to write. If it's what you want to do, no more of the put off practice. And no more of giving yourself to things that do not promote what you're actually moving toward. A question I often ask my clients and people I have the opportunity to coach is, are you working on what you're working toward? And if you're not, I ask them, well, then why are you working on it? Is it because it's a sibling or a family member, or is this like a labor of love? That's great. If it's a labor of love, is this because you're being obedient because you feel like it's part of your call to invest in this person, to sow here? That's great too. Know why you're doing what you're doing. If you're working on something that is not working toward what you want to see, then know why you're doing it. And if it's not checking off a box that makes it valid and something that's credible, stop doing it. Stop doing it. Let today be your January 1. So each day, imprint your day. Take possession of your time. If you don't, someone else will. So start your day. Yes, no. If it's in the no section, don't go. Oh, I know you may want to run over there, but don't go. If it's in the no section, leave it in the no section. We talked about today, like knowing your audience. Leave it in the no section. You don't have to give somebody 40 hours or 2 hours if they ain't talking about nothing. If it's just eating up your time, the enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy. That's not always bodies and money. Sometimes it's time. If somebody can get your time, they can get those other things. Also, clarify your goals. Like, what are you actually working on? Just because it's fun and cool, but like, what are you working on? And how does that apply with or support what you're working toward? And also put the past behind. You know, like maybe you tried this before and it didn't work. It failed. Maybe you tried it before and it was wildly successful. So you can be afraid that it's going to fail, or you can be afraid, what if I don't do it as good as I did it last time? You know what? Put it behind anyway. No matter what, it's behind. You cannot move forward if you're policing behind. So those are things I want to encourage you to do today. And again, just thank y'all so much for supporting during the Comeback Champion Summit. Man, it was awesome. It was awesome. I got some replays. It was awesome. And I was glad to be able to do that. I'm happy that I was able to do that. I consider it an honor anytime I get to speak, because I know that I like speaking, but I like more than I like speaking. I like knowing that somebody got something that shifted their life. Not because I'm the bomb diggy diggy, but because that's just part of the gift package that flows out of me. And so I'm really excited about that. Would like to say, in honor of that, going to have a flash sale. So the book, Hold Your Form. I put a link. There's a link in the description for this video. This video is really quick, really short. You heard the points already. You know, work on what you're working toward, and if not, ask yourself why. And if it fits, it fits. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Divide your yeses from your nos. Yes, I want to work on these things. No, these things have to go by the wayside. They don't get attention today. Clarify the goals. What is it I'm actually working on? You know, put some reminders on your phone. If you feel like you'll be distracted in an hour and a half, then put a little thing on your phone, just a little timer. Be like, okay, focus. Or if you need to switch up because your attention span works better like that, then put a reminder on your phone to say, okay, here, and direct your time. Again, if you don't direct your time, someone else will. And put the past behind, whether it was wildly successful and, oh my God, I can't believe it killed the game, or whether it was like, dang, I'm with you, Dad. I'm going to have to use that for a case study. Whatever it is in the past, get it, get every bit of life and lesson and learning and things that you can draw from it, get all of that, and then put it behind, because you cannot move forward policing behind. It's behind. So now let's move forward. So with all of that saying, I want to share that. I want to say thank you. And the fact that there are less than 70 days left, let today be day one. I know it's been a crazy year. And it's been a crazy year. Crazy for me too. There's been some losses. There's been some deaths. There's been so much change that you can be emotionally exhausted. But we have less than 70 days left in this year. And so let's really begin to put our hand to it and crush it. Let's crush it. It's still 2020. It's still here. There are things that can still be done. So let's do it. And again, in honor of that, for at least 24 hours, the Hold Your Form book is on sale. And if you want to get the Hold Your Form bundle, it'll be on sale too, like 50% off. The book, $8.88, because I believe in new beginnings. And I'm saying let today be the new beginning. It's Saturday. I know you didn't thought about your week and what the next week will look like. So during that time and thinking about what you want to do, let today be day one. Boom, new beginning. Let's move. Let's move forward. So feel free to grab the book. The link is in there. It'll be up. $8.88. It's $21 on Amazon. It's a life-changing book. It really causes you to reflect and think about what you're thinking about and keep what you worked hard for. Hold your form. Helps you to not just be like, ooh, but to hold your form and keep what you worked so hard to get. You work hard to get the things that you've earned, and there's no sense in fluffing it off or letting it go off just because you couldn't hold your form, or because you're worried about the wrong thing, or because you didn't recognize your audience, or because you don't have language mastery, because you're afraid of being embarrassed. We've all been embarrassed. Most of us will be embarrassed again, but it won't kill us. It will not kill us. It'll just burn for a bit, make it a case study, move forward. So y'all do that flash, do the flash if you're interested in getting that book for $8.88. If you're interested in getting a bundle, then yeah, I'll make sure that that's 50% off too, at least this weekend on the bundle, which means you'll get the shirt, the bracelet, the book, and the electronic copy of the book for $25. Yeah, that's fair. Because thank you, man. Thank you for y'all support. I know I cannot believe the things I get to do with my life, but I like it. I like it. And so thanks so much for the support. If there's anything I can do for you, or if there's anything I can help you with, please reach out. Let me know. Again, love, love, love. Everybody have a great weekend. And hashtag, I'm out of here. Hold your form. Hold your form. Think on purpose and hold your form. Y'all be safe.